Yeah, I live with my parents, but not because I'm a gamer. I live with my parents because even making 40 grand a year, it's kind of hard in the area that I live in to afford housing. And, well, $200 a month rent is cheap, and I have fairly expensive hobbies.
He's actually 26, and he desperately wants to date a girl and lose his virginity, and that actually hasn't happened for him yet.
It's just, you find out a guy's playing Dungeons and Dragons, you make cultural assumptions.
Fat, smelly, misogynistic, sexually frustrated kind of guys.
He keeps jars of vinegar on his belt in case he needs to preserve anything immediately.
He was the cliche. He used to walk around and call people mortals. Yeah.
No, he was actually very skinny. His waist was about half inch skinnier than mine.
And you can always tell when a guy's a gamer, because if he's ultra pale and mostly skinny, he's a gamer.
Society looks at gamers as misanthropic, social maladroits who don't really know how to behave in polite and civilized society. Nothing could really be further from the truth.
Gaming is becoming part of our cultural lexicon. It's millions upon millions of people are gamers in one form or another.
Lawyers, electricians, scientists. You're also going to see a lot of very artistic people.
All science people want to be artists. Every last one of them.
So I'm kind of a sports person. I'm also an artist, and I like physics.
And she's pretty and popular.
You're not.
Yes, you are!
I was afraid to come over here.
Oh, no. I don't bite. I don't swing swords at you. I only foam, and I still don't swing them at you.
I don't feel like, get that camera away from anyone's face.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But everyone here's been pretty cool, like pretty receptive.
Yeah. Oh, most likely. A lot of people will talk to you. Unless you tell them, I'm going to make a film about how weird and horrible gamers are.
You hit the guy with an axe. And he was like, I'm invulnerable to lightning. I roll 7+ saves. And then the cop was like, what about mace? You invulnerable to mace?
A swanky town, but there's no street signs. They only put signs on the cross streets. I have no idea what street I'm on. Oh, what's this place called? Am I right about this? Oh, good. They bought a street sign.
Jim Quigley, owner, operator, Reality's Edge, Gamers70. Part of the reason why I opened this place is because I needed somebody to game with, Tell us you just had your first D&D experience.
Oh, I had my first D&D experience.
And what'd you think?
I had a good time. The rules were pretty easy. That game, Victor said went 4 hours. I had no idea. Like, I thought it was like, I spent half an hour, 45 minutes, and I just wasted 4 hours of my life. But I had a good time.
What I tell people who've never been experienced in role-playing before is it's a campfire storytelling experience. You, as the person who's listening to the tale, are actually playing a role within the story.
But the main resident is promised to someone else.
That's too bad.
Well, I'll take 5,000 gold.
3,000.
You haven't seen the basement though, have you?
Ah, there's a basement. Well, lead on, dear.
They can't find any women.
I mean, women are definitely in the minority as far as role-playing goes, but, there are plenty of women out there who play,
If you see any, can you send them my way, please? What's your name?
What's your name?
Sage.
Well, this is Sage, and I'm gonna get her for myself later. I told her I needed her.
Her real name is Jennifer. I don't know. But if I hear anybody say that name.
This is your car?
Yep, that is my it's my Pitmobile. Called the Pitmobile LX. I don't know why I chose LX, I just did. It sounded good, so. It's not clean, my work clothes, because I'm a mechanic. I have an obsession with fairies. So much that I wound up getting them tattooed on me. It's getting there, 2 weeks. This is my legacy on my bag. Parents are like, oh yes, more fairies. More fairies. Fairies everywhere. I love fairies. I've never been bar hopping, ever. First bar was a bar. Play girls as far as the eye could see. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. You guys are like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep everything my true. Being able to just sit there, not hearing bullshit from anyone, and just letting it ride out of my fingers.
Are you selling me again?
Hey, I gotta get more than 50 bucks a turn. Hey, you buy your dervish for this?
Yes, I have a credit card.
Video games, class, skateboard, sleep sometimes, it's optional. I've been skateboarding since I was really little. I really recently just got back into it, so now I can like actually use my weight to turn and, you know, do all that fun stuff. You're welcome to our tiny, cramped, strangely lit up apartment.
And she's a senior and she has a room.
I'm gonna start sleeping. Look, we have like a little light bulb changing area back here. Is that cool?
Hello. I have two of these little. This would be Cody.
Hi.
It's been a while. Good to see you. Give you the tour. Starting from this side, we've got the Dr. Seuss wall, as you can see.
Should I close the door?
Now that you said that, I just thought of tattoo bombs in Philly.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing this disorganized.
Keep all the games up here and...
Yeah, I got more games up here.
If you have a PS3, that means you're rich and stupid.
Yes.
Because PS3s are really expensive and they don't have any...
Well, that and Preston just had Wii Envy for a while.
Some people will understand this, some people will not.
Barnstorming. I'm old. I am old school.
Tub of games. You should see his though.
Oh, a tub?
My name is Mike and I have no life.
Wear like the skinny biker outfit with like the shorts, and people see him, you're like, oh, that's a guy that really knows how to take care of himself. When you're a fat dude, you're in jeans and a t-shirt just dying, and guys slow down on the side of the road like, looks like Fatty's got some car trouble. You skip that Twinkie, you wouldn't be late for work. This is my day off!
I've noticed that with like really nerdy people, like people I've interviewed, they're like, what's it like being a nerd? I have no idea. And it's like...
I like to use the word dork. And everyone's like, no, you can't use dork. Why? Well, dork is a derogatory term for what we are.
The difference between dork and geek. Geeks get laid.
Can prove I've had sex with a woman at least once because I've procreated.
That doesn't mean you had sex.
Well, it's a good case.
A nerd, science literate, and math literate. All the more intellectual things, I guess, is a good way to say it.
All of us agree that card players are the least.
Kind of look down my nose at people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon.
It's not at all what our group would do.
People in the SCA going, oh, the Ren Fair people.
And we kind of twitch when people show up to our events in like fairy costumes or anime costumes or what else they think is medieval.
There's a hierarchy to all that?
Historical reenactors don't distrust tabletop wargamers.
Who then in turn hate the video game players.
RPGers distrust the trading card guys.
The card gamers will hate the RPG players.
You know, the trading card guys distrust the LARPers, and everybody distrusts furries. You know.
She said to stay in the car.
Don't tell me what to do.
You'll get eaten by dinosaurs.
Oh no, dinosaurs! Giving us this cat was the worst mistake she ever made. This is the end of the movie. It's all just doing like this. What's like the most socially acceptable gamers are play video games like Halo and everything like that.
What's the difference between a video gamer and a Dungeons and Dragons guy?
Well, when you play video games, you don't dress up in wizard costumes and look odd. I hate to sound stereotypical like that, but yeah, I think so. Well, video games are cooler than Dungeons and Dragons.
I play video games, I said I play video games and I'm cool. I play video games, I said I play video games and I'm cool. Oh no, it looks like I'm going down. My king is slain and I'm the only one around. With just one life I have to save the princess.
World of Warcraft, I'm really not into that game, and I really try to stay away from MMOs in general.
Yeah, it's massively multiplayer online game, which means like thousands of people are playing at the same time, and you're all interacting and working together, fighting against each other.
You're spending hours and hours and hours trying to find a magic pair of pants. And really, what is the reward? You know, it's just a magic pair of pants in a video game.
You can go online and you can like use your credit card and pay $25, and the characters in game will send you gold for the real money.
Like they unlock things that take them like 180 hours to do. They put on eBay and people bid like $300-400 for the stuff or more. I've seen on eBay. It's ridiculous.
Insanity. I mean, that's just absolute insanity. To pay $600-700 for something that is not real and does not exist is absurd to me.
Did you say anything in the voice? Did you say anything in the voice? What'd you say?
Later on, we're gonna go to the gaming room.
We're ending a little after 9.
You get so involved in it. Like some of them are like, oh, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get you. How did you see that?" Yeah, that's a lot of it.
Everybody, all your genocide.
I don't even want to hear you.
Don't talk.
Earlier when they were doing like a zombie thing and they're all of a sudden they're screaming brains and like a decrepit voice. I'm like the baby.
It's a real good time for zombies. Wow, that sounds really horrible.
Yeah, zombies are like the in thing right now.
They've been a big thing, and I think they're actually on their way out.
In regards to gaming, like it's just becoming a trend.
Yeah, it's a bit overplayed. There's a lot of games that are just throwing it in there. They're throwing zombies, and they assume that's going to be popular.
You know, there's so many brains to be eaten, and so much moaning to do, and so much shuffling.
They call me zombie, I don't get no respect. You think I'm running cause I'm walking on dead. You're just a slave, you're no better than me. I'm from the very keep going. We're all zombies. We're all zombies. You go to work in a shirt and a tie. You're gonna wait until the day that you die. You think I'm funky cause I love to eat brains. You got some money but you're going insane. We're all zombies. We're all zombies.
These are a D20, 2 D4s, and a D8, thusly named because of the number of sides.
Oh.
It's a very complicated system of thinking.
Consistent themes are yes, gamers tend to think they're smarter than other people.
Do I definitely think they're smarter? We're smarter? Yes.
Oh yes, I created a gauntlet. Oh, do you know what a gauntlet is? Oh, it's a metal glove.
We're generally the wise-ass jackasses. Yeah. That comes from being smarter or thinking we're smarter than everyone else.
I know different words than other people. That doesn't mean I'm smarter or stupider than anybody else.
You can't argue with them. You can't say anything. Their opinions are like written in stone fact.
But they argue in very step by step ways. So you knock a premise underneath them, they've lost.
Not always.
And they all kind of grind on each other's nerves and they're like, oh, he's so dumb, oh, he's so dumb.
They're frightened of the fact you're not frightened of them. Intellectually, anyway.
This culture of Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I've studied.
Wow, look at this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
You might be able to assemble and disassemble a car in like 20 minutes. And I would look at him and go, well, I'm just going to go home now and maybe have a cup of juice or something.
Watch anime porn.
Yeah, watch anime porn.
Like, oh, I went to that comic book store and all the guys were staring at me like they'd never seen a girl before. I'm like, let's talk about this. We've seen girls before. You're a girl in a comic book shop. We know the kind of girls that go in there. We date them. You're terrifying. You're the kind of chicks that wake us up at 2 in the morning with cat ears on and vampire fangs in, just... I was wondering what it would be like if you were dead. Wait, you can't break up with them because she's got a collection of Lord of the Rings swords with an arm's reach of the bed.
Being a loser is sort of the same thing as being beautiful, you know, it's an eye of the beholder.
Gamers have gotten better looking as time has gone on, because when I first started coming up, you had these 60-pound giant glass acne-covered, just fun groups of people.
You know, not gay or anything, but there's some very attractive male geeks out there.
Most gamers are paranoid in the first place, and so I can see plenty of gamers going, you're gay, no, we can't play, you might want to have sex with me. With the exception of 1 or 2 gay guys I've ever met in my life, I can't see any gay man want to have sex with a typical gamer.
There are no ladies. There's ladies that look like men, but I haven't seen any real attractive ones yet. I don't, with the 5 o'clock shadow. There's probably hot chicks out there, but they're probably taken by level 32 dungeon masters or something.
Dating a gamer, it's rough on me. I mean, I've hung out here a few fair share of Saturdays, and it's not too bad because it's interesting, but I mean, to sit there and watch him play games while I don't know. It's interesting.
Date what? What's a date?
I've dated a couple gamers. They're horrible boyfriends.
If I wanted to fool around, it'd usually have to wait until like he finished a level or...
Hi, I date a gamer. My name is Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
The population rate from guy, like the ratio from guy to girl, female, it sucks.
It's a male-dominated genre.
Gamer girls are cool. Most of my friends that are girls are gamer girls.
I have to admit, when it comes to dating, I actually prefer geeks.
Usually when you're a gamer and you're dating a person who's less than thrilled about gaming, you don't really mix those two.
If you find a girl who's into gaming, you do everything you can not to scare her off.
Yeah, well, at least when it comes to romance, because you're like, oh, look at this, and they're just like, yeah, let's
But it's
not.
the same scenario with girls and guys. If a girl's a gamer and a guy's a not.
Oh.
You would think having something in common that it would be like, okay, good, there's a base. No.
No.
In order to do what you want to do in the game with 6 guys screaming over you, you have to be loud.
Like, no, you can't play, you're a girl.
Sometimes guys will actually be complete jerks about a female game master because they're effectively taking orders from a woman.
Like, haha, I beat you.
I don't see a lot of girl gamers.
There are a lot of girl gamers.
Girls aren't so much a rarity.
Normal
girls. They're not always necessarily unattractive, but they're always like super weird.
No, they're usually pretty unattractive.
Action movies. We play the same video games. We can go out and do stuff for the skinny, preppy girls, or, you know, the ones that have the boobs, say things.
I've seen more dudes with big breasts than shit.
Like the push-up bras, but I'm very flat-chested, so I need the push-up bra.
They wear like the, what is that, bustier, or that's bustier, right? They wear that, so they're all like this, now this big, but you take that off and they're like, woo, down to their knees. You don't want that.
We walk the mall. He goes into like the GameStop. She stands outside. I'll go in the store and talk about the games to you.
Like if it was between 2 girls who were pretty much the same and one played games, one didn't, I'd probably go with the games because it's more in common, more to do, more. Just like, oh,
But
hey,
see,
honey,
don't
I'm
go
bored
out-
for half an hour. Want
You
to come
don't go
over
out
and play?
and look for that type of girl.
No, I mean,
Exactly.
I don't go out looking for any girls. Like, if I meet someone nice, it's fine.
Con?
Yeah.
Convention.
Convention.
Short for
Okay.
convention. A convention is where, you know, gamers come to congregate, and you know, it's a crazy, crazy atmosphere.
Is there a convention coming up that I can go to or anything like that that you know of?
Yeah, there's DexCon. I think Dexposure might be the name of the company. DexCon is like their big flagship con. They do like 3 others a year.
Did I miss this thing? Gaming? What?
No, it's at 5:33.
Oh, God. Hello.
Hi. Can I come in for a second?
I don't know, who are you?
Look like
Me? I've been told I look like Bruce Willis.
I'm the executive assistant.
Always gotten more female gamers than just about any other group.
How come? Because you're sexier?
Friendly.
The fact that we're friendlier and the fact that we've sort of made sure that it remained a family environment.
Snacks and refreshments free to everybody who comes in at any time, and we even serve people right at their tables when they're stuck for 4 hours and can't get up.
Facilities now, please do so. If I can have the members of the village of Poontang.
Really? Yeah. Is it really that exciting? Hardcore gaming started around '77 when Dungeons and Dragons first came out, and it just kind of spread like wildfire from there. It went into video games. And I think it's one of those very underrated. It's everywhere, but it's not at the same time. I think you'll have fun talking to everyone here because everyone's very nice. Unlike Star Wars conventions, where they'll try to argue with you about Star Wars.
GameCube. Holy crap. Come on, Curtis. Shark Zap. Shark Zap has these little antennas on its tail, and it zaps things.
Is this your earlier work, or is this
Yes,
recent?
this is my earlier work. I had to wait for the glue to dry.
Thank you, sir. Now, why am I on film exactly? What's going on here?
Alright.
Fam at last. Yeah, last year I left my corporate shackles behind. I'm doing this stuff full time, and it is so fun. Yeah, when I first started doing this, offering commission illustration ideas, I had the vast majority of my clients were guys having drawings of their D&D characters done, like their ranger or their fighter or whatever. And now the vast majority of my clients are women having drawings of themselves done as some sort of fantastical interpretation. And I'm totally okay with that paradigm shift. I was at a 2-week event called Penzig.
I'm going to that.
Are you going to that?
Yeah.
I'll be immersed in there. She's like, no, I'll be on Market Street. Come say hi.
Hey, I heard you got in trouble. No? You didn't get yelled at? Oh, good.
I'm excited and scared. I'm working on it for 16 years, and it is now starting to produce it tomorrow night. If people show up, if they don't, I have a group back home. They're burning to play this.
I'm talking to another friend of mine. We're trying to do a zombie film, so hopefully that'll go off because we want to do it in North Jersey. And actually, we're basing kind of like Kevin Smith and how he did his Jersey series of films. We're looking to do a zombie film with a Jersey base.
East Brunswick, Jersey. Yes, I'm still in New Jersey. I'm here with Jeff, who does Wicked Fair. He's got the shirt on and everything. When we get here and remember to do it.
Are they going to let you in the film?
Yeah, they've actually, on Side John, we covered.
I'm sorry, we have not been introduced.
Oh, Christy, the image maker.
Tobar. It is a pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh, shut up. I'm sorry, you were saying.
I said like...
You have something that they want! You have a popsicle stick!
My name is Uncle Yo. I am the otaku stand-up and only you can prevent fanfictions. This was actually my premiere. This started as a gag between my D&D group. They said, shut up or take it on stage.
I don't have seats, I just don't know. Okay.
It's so nice meeting you.
These two are yours?
What?
These two are yours?
Nephew and niece. This guy invented a game and he's going to have it published and they're going to play it all over the country. Isn't that cool? And tomorrow he debuts it for the first time ever. Tomorrow.
Is it what is it rated?
How'd it go?
No one showed up.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that I got people at home that are dying to play. So.
I work as a sales rep for a marketing company, and I'm just leaving that, in the process of leaving that to do this. No use whatsoever for the chemistry degree. Are you going to Gen Con?
What? No, I didn't hear. What?
Oh, Gen Con. Gen Con is the big gaming convention.
What is that?
It has 25,000 people.
Indianapolis, Indiana, down here with the Colts. I've seen it before, because people is crazy. You never know what people would do.
Instead of reading a book and learning about someone else's adventures, you sort of create your own adventures. You feel more attached to the character because it's an extension of you. There's that old joke that your dungeon master from high school is now working in research and development over at NASA.
Are you going to the ball tonight? It's like a geek prom. A lot of people get dressed up, some people don't, but it's a chance to get together with people who are like you so that you can get together and hang out.
Well, you know, when me and my camera guy went to Estrella War, you know, it was just informally, everyone was like, listen, you gotta stay here at night. You guys will get so laid. You know, like they were like, there's so much sex going on.
LARPers, though, they are a fun group.
LARPers are an interesting breed.
They're all crazy. LARPing, I don't even want to get involved with. That's, me, that's a whole other plane of WoW.
I actually LARPed once.
Not WoW as in World of Warcraft, WoW as in holy crap, what is going on there?
I tried a LARP once, I just didn't get into it.
It's taking video games, like I said, to the next level. It's real life.
There's real life, and then there was video game emulating real life, and now there's real life that's emulating the video game that was emulating real life.
So it's, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like Manhunt.
Yeah, like I'd be dressed up, you know, in, you know, costume, like I'd be a vampire or something like that, and you'd be a vampire too, and we'd talk about vampire stuff, and it's wild, it's wild.
Like, they get so into it.
They're a little bit, like, more weird.
They have the real life, and then they have LARPing.
But come on now, I mean, if we're meeting up every week to pretend we're Jedi Knights or robots or something, then how could we be calling other people weird?
It just, for me, I feel silly.
Most of the guys think it's just, you know, so gay.
Goofy as some of them seem, I have a great respect for them.
I don't condemn LARPing, I don't condemn people who do it.
So essentially, it's like modern day paintball.
Yes. If you've got a lot of spare time, a lot of spare money, and the great desire to spend lots of time out in the freezing cold.
Well, it's not for me, but if everyone's having a good time, then I shouldn't have a problem with it.
2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage!
Lightning attack, lightning attack.
5 fire! You know, I'm like, wow, I am probably never getting laid again.
And we went through this on our first time for 2 days. And at the end of the second day, I came home, I came in the door and I turned on the switch, and the lights came on and I was warm, and it was the most vacation I had ever had.
We've had only one minor concussion so far. I'm a priest of Agora. And Agora is the goddess of pain and torment. I cripple, hobble, inflict pain, even inflict minor insanity. If you put him dead, in 5 seconds after he dies, he'll rise up as undead. Weapon cores like this is fiberglass. I don't allow that. Because when you go and miss somebody, when you're hitting around a corner, you're going to hit the corner of the building. And it's going to snap in half.
This is basically what I wait for every month to come to this game. It's a really good game. Everybody here is real friendly, and it's a lot of fun. I don't care if they think I am. I enjoy myself. Basically said, yeah, I run around in the woods with foam weapons. What?
Just, you know, it's one of those things you don't tell everyone that you do in the weekends. Kind of embarrassing, a bit off.
So what brings you to it? Is it?
I came because my friends went, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, see, smoking makes you look cool. It'll kill you.
So, do this often?
As often as I can, yes. When you are asleep, you are still your character. Ogres this morning were just roaming around camp shouting, "People! People, wake up! You asked us to come over, people!" When monsters come to attack in the middle of the night, hiding under your bed is always acceptable.
Okay, this is the moment that I'm meeting James Kimball. He is the operator of the LARP. He found out I'd been skulking around for about 2 hours at this point, and I had to introduce myself and tell him what I was doing and ask him if I could stay. I was very afraid.
So
you gotta return it. But what happens if you do?
I heard a rumor about it, that it would help us fight the Legion. So, I don't know. Someone's calling for a barkeep. Yes.
Give me some service down there. Just tell him.
I can't help you.
I'm gonna.
You're talking to the wind.
Is he gonna be with him?
When I order you to do something, you do. You hear me? You hear me?
You're talking to the wind. I'm out of game.
Why do we have no head then?
All wild mages are. We get our power from the demonic side of our heritage, unfortunately, which makes people not trust us a whole lot. If you go evil as a wild mage, it is not a pretty sight. They're chanting something to Malik, and Malik is viewed as a not so nice god. But yeah, it's that sounded good. I play a wild mage that stutters, but as he's getting more comfortable here, he stutters less and less. He will go out and fight anything if somebody's in trouble. It's extremely hot, and there's a lot of bugs. Just remember to bring lots of extra socks, because wet socks suck.
Gamers70.com!
Where did you get
That is awesome.
You can actually pack into a snowball and throw it, and it acts like real snow. I have a gigantic bag of this stuff. You put it in a giant bowl, you put a little bit of water in, you mix it up, it turns into this snow.
No, you can't go down.
This would be a spell packet. It's a piece of cloth with birdseed and a rubber band. And it's pretty much a spell packet. When I say a spell, I throw it. If I hit you with it, I hit you with the spell.
What's your character?
A warrior monk. Not big on weapons.
You have magic powers?
No, I'm very apt with my hands.
Been thinking about our practices?
Yeah, I've been defending better since you showed me.
Excellent. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. We're going to keep training on it.
Okay, thank you.
My in-game husband, he's like, I do it because of therapy. It just gets the stress out of life. You get to pretend to be somebody else for a while. It's a lot easier to deal with problems.
Your about your initial exposure to KR from the wheelchair. I wasn't going to go into the prior. Hi, my name is Paul Schaefer, and I play a character called Am is are, was were. Am is are, was were. The declination of the verb to be. He's a scholar. It's a big stretch for me as I work at the University of Pennsylvania. I play Night Realms with my wife, Susan Schaefer, who plays a healer named Gwynedd. Gwynedd is the name of the Quaker meeting where we were married. And what would that be? If you could be another type of a character here in Night Realms, what would you want to be?
A Kittarian.
What's a Kittarian?
It's a playful cat person.
Cat person? Does a cat race have special advantages in this game?
Yeah, they have advantages and disadvantages. I'm not.
You don't know what they are, but
I don't know what they are.
Some of the races have more body. You know, if you're an ogre, you're big and strong, and I'm sure that the cat has. The cat race has what you'd expect for typical cat things. Probably a little bit better reflexes. Probably tumbling. If you knock the cat down, it bounces right back up. Probably seeing in the night really well. Probably a little bit more of an attack than a human. So,
yeah,
each of
but
the races
then there's disadvantages too.
Yeah,
so
a
you
little
know,
bit less literacy maybe. I don't know. The Kittarians I know don't seem to be all that literate. They're not able to read books.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have tails.
So.
Bored at home or just bored of the LARP?
Bored not going to a LARP.
Yeah,
right.
bored, you know, and that's it to do. I mean, you can watch movies all you want and stuff. So we have a little table over here, and I have my little room to sleep up. This is our bedroom area where we sleep. We're not married in game, so and
you might want to
so we
explain
have two separate beds.
You might want to explain our relationship as seen from the various points of view.
Yes, our relationship is our relationship is based on he saved my life. He saved Gwyneth's life, and Gwyneth became so attached that she loves him, but he doesn't recognize that, and she takes care of him, you know. And just takes care of him. But there's no romance or anything like that. But he makes sure that I'm safe, and I make sure that he's safe and well fed. And as a scholar, he's kind of forgetful.
Nat.
How are you?
Good, hi.
I saw the trailer.
Good, I'm glad.
Showed everyone.
Keep showing.
Okay, I'm not into that shit. That shit is freaky.
Wait, what's freaky?
People will go down like LARPing, but it's actually like a sexual LARPing.
Oh.
People dress up like as characters and have sex with other people who are dressed up as characters. If you're interested, I'm leaving.
So it's called like furries and stuff? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They dress up like animals or something.
They'll go there to have sex with another person who's dressed as a character.
Like role play having sex, or they actually get naked and go to town?
Do they actually have sex? Anonymous sex?
Bringing LARPing into the bedroom only, I'm not exactly opposed to. Dressing up and running around the woods with a foam sword in order to, I didn't know that could get you laid.
Some people just take it a little bit too seriously.
Gaming is so ingrained in their lives. It's a lifestyle, it's not a hobby.
You still run into the gamers who are, you know, fun.
Sure, there are some who fall into those categories.
You know what? There's nobody in the middle. It's either I smell like my grandma or I'm kind of cool and I play games. There's no, like, in the middle person.
They can say whatever they want. Yes, they go out and stay out till 5 in the morning and they do whatever they want. They still go home to their mom and dad.
And they mostly just hang out at the store, and then at night they go party and do whatever things it is they do. I don't want to know what they do.
We go out, we party, we go to clubs, we have fun, and we also game.
Sometimes it's like a taboo to even touch alcohol. Sometimes it's like, hey, let's get drunk and play D&D. So it's like...
In the apartment I lived in, they knew what D&D was, never played, never interested. One night I was like, hey, here's a 30-pack of beer, let's play D&D. Started drinking it, now they love it.
There was nobody played. I mean, I played with a couple of upperclassmen for a little while, but then like they were like all hush hush about it. They were like, oh, we're the cool kids, but like, you know, yeah, you get them in private, it's like gaming is everything, man.
I love that too. I love the fantasy football thing because everyone's like, well, I'm building my own team for fantasy football.
Wait, last week didn't you just pants me for playing Dungeons and Dragons? Are you just doing the same thing?
Yeah. I told my friends that. I think they play fantasy hockey, and they were like, no, it's not. And then I got them to play RPGs. They're like, wait, you were right.
I don't know, fantasy Super Bowl or whatever. You're just doing it with hypothetical heroes from some book or something.
So, like, despite whatever, you know, Mr. Jockey Pants football player says about D&D, he doesn't understand that there's the same kind of camaraderie going with, you know, geeks as there is with jocks.
Fantasy football is for the kids who used to beat up the kids who play D&D. For the lady? Why not?
English country dance, you know, where usually we start with the right hand first, but we put hand to hand and we go around each other, and then we switch hands, but I see you're occupied with that one, so we'll just do the same thing again. We try to accommodate.
Ro? Why don't you meet this gentleman? Ro works at the fair and is truly a product of the fair. All the
Hello. You are naked.
I'm naked?
Yes, you're naked. He's naked too. You're naked unless you're in garb.
Oh, I see.
When I worked here last year, kissing bridge. I can't count the number of times. Oh, okay, you're alone. You want to kiss? Oh, okay. Yeah. When I've dated in the past, I've taken women to still date. People make fun of it. You know, you come here, oh, you dress up, you do this, you spend a ton of money. I'm like, so being painted 2 different colors and screaming in sub-zero weather for your team, that's normal. I have a job to finance my fun stuff, and this is one of the fun things.
What's your job?
I work for a...
Is this your semi-serious?
This is, I take it very seriously. We sell martial arts DVDs of training and self-defense. I write a lot of the articles, or I co-write with my boss, who is kind of the spokesman, president, and I write with him.
Wives talk about spanking in public, ridicule people, and get paid for it.
It's sexy.
It is, it's true.
Rude, sexy.
Yeah.
Frequently at conventions, you will see at least one guy who's in his mid to late 40s by himself in a Sailor Moon costume. I need to go get a couple Q-tips and scrub my brain now because I just pictured that.
You were covered up.
Yeah, people always
he's like, anime, you mean cartoons? It's not the same. Because that's what we enjoy. We don't watch actors up there being all fake. When they're cartoon characters, they're real.
Showing your admiration for a character and just how much you love them. It's getting to be with other people that like what you like. It's a great thing.
Oh my god, I love you! And you're just like, whoa!
Don't give hugs when people are unsuspecting. You could get hurt from that.
Yeah.
Like, hug? May I have a hug? And then, yay! See, that's the proper way.
My name is Uncle Yo. I am the otaku stand-up, and only you can prevent yaoi fanfics.
That's terrible! How dare you?
This is extreme cosplay. This is really dark action anime called Hellsing, and it's complete with ammo kit, blood bag, bloody gloves, the complete uniform, skirt just as high as in the anime. Specific things you gotta do to get a reaction out of fangirls, besides yaoi fanfics, to make them happy. Like that. It's Uncle Yo, and just so you know, the show is here for you. Because I've got skits, riddles, and quips for otaku, both old school and new. See, back in the 80s, I read the Ninja Scroll. I fisted the North Star. I was haunted by the ghost of the shell. I watched my Akira with a dash of paprika while surviving AMV hell.
Science fiction is a very romantic literature. It is not essentially rational. Well, that's fascinating. They're drawn to it because, and this defies language. You can't put this into words, but there's just a visceral kick.
And that's what makes it great for me is, I love stories, and I love science fiction and fantasy. I love storytelling, and science fiction fantasy is my favorite genre, and this is where the science fiction fantasy genre is really alive.
And then I see Jack Sparrow walk by, and that guy was mad good. He could play the drunk thing, but yo, we're in the woods. There's no pirates in the woods. What are you doing?
You can't get into character. You kind of need the alcohol. It kind of makes you feel like you're on your ship, so you can kind of just walk around like this.
Okay, are you a reporter? So this is about gamers?
Is this my good side, or is this my good side? What are you gonna do, edit this when you get home?
Yeah. What are you gonna ask me so we can do this in one take? All right, let's do this. It's different. Monday through Thursday, we're into the business suits and people traveling on business, and then, You know, on the weekends when we have conventions like this, it's fun. We get to relax and everyone's in a good mood and there's a good vibe going on in the hotel, and it's a nice change of pace for us.
Doctor Who, Infinite Quest. Are you getting that? I don't know. I was actually thinking of getting Space Rangers.
Shore Leave is great. You should come. I mean, it's great. It's just no one cares what you wear to the dance. Oh yes, I actually have a website called Sci-Fi Geek, sci-figeek.info. Lots of pictures and videos of different conventions. Lots of conventions you should be going to.
Shore Leave's one of the oldest Star Trek conventions. It's been going since the mid-70s.
There's only 2 times in every year where I get to be surrounded by people who you don't have to explain the first part of a sentence to. You can just start talking at a con and people go, exactly. He's a gamer, and I'm a book guy, and he's a guest guy. Food tonight, then the gamer. A little sleep tonight, then in the morning, gamer.
Oh, breakfast first.
Maybe.
Light? You can't get me videotaping when smoking a cigarette.
I'll take it off.
All right, wait, hold on. We do the classic pose. Ready? Tomorrow, look for silver spandex and a purple wig.
You know me?
Oh, did you shoot me?
Where?
On YouTube? I am Mo the Mime Who Speaks. He's a superhero. He's a mime with the power of speech. Did you ever see the movie Earthlings, Ugly Bags and Mostly Water? I star in that film.
Where can I see it?
It's not been released in this country, but it's available in Europe.
Oh, I wish I knew where I knew you from.
I'm amazed that anybody knows me.
To be honest with you, this is my first time here. I'm like, no, I've heard of these things. These people are going to be crazy.
I think so,
Tomorrow's even more fun. Oh God, when they do that damn dancing at 10 forward, drunken dance. That'll be funny.
Let's see, I've been a geek since I was a little kid. I always liked sci-fi and fantasy. The typical portrayal of a geek is an overweight guy who's still living in his basement even though he's in his 40s and, you know, still living with his parents. But there is such a diversity of people out there, and there's a lot of us who are girls. And we felt underrepresented, and finding that there's other girls out there who like sci-fi, who like the technology aspect of it, and we're not just all about boys and makeup and what's fashionable and Britney and all that stuff.
Diversity is what it's all about. I mean, if you want to come here and dress like a Klingon, or it's okay. No one's going to say anything here.
Now there, Klingon po tolo. Shall I teach you some Klingon? Nuch dak ok puchpa. That means where is the bathroom?
Like, are you mean?
Oh no, we're not. It depends on your point of view, doesn't it? Some people consider us bad guys. We don't.
Okay, there's the occasional, person that might be like, hey, but then you meet them, and you're like, wow, aside from the fact that this guy's in a Star Trek uniform or whatever, he's just like me. It's a very warm community. I've never met a more accepting group of people in my life.
Coming out in the online gaming community is a whole other layer. I don't think I came out into the gaming community till I was 29. And gaming is kind of like sports in the sense that you don't traditionally associate it with gay guys. Because as a friend of mine said, gay people are only supposed to like clubs and drugs and sex. So it's a bit surprising when gay guys like video games, but there is a robust community, and it's growing. So much homophobia in the mainstream gaming community. I mean, you can't play Xbox Live without hearing people call each other faggot constantly.
This is my other half right here, my husband. Yeah.
Can I shoot?
Where did I get pulled into?
Sexual sort of, uber masculine energy about it that doesn't take kindly to a gay presence.
So are you gay? I can't.
I mean, look at him. Guns and weapons out the wazoo.
I'm as pretty much ungay as you can get, so.
He really is.
It's freaking hot in here.
I admire him. I mean, he's worked in different things. His civil rights. I just admire the man. Kind of like cancer, cured. AIDS, cured. Bald, Sorry, can't help you.
Not both. Frolic and
Hey, we're almost there. We're almost at the door. People.
Again, please have your tickets out ready as you approach the door.
Excited?
Yeah, we're excited.
You got all your
Which one? Oh, that goes with the bag.
Thank you for your patience waiting in line. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, you are.
You say hi?
Hi.
He's great. I like him.
For another reason, he's the nicest guy.
Oh, yeah.
He is. He's not charging for autographs. He'll sign at the autograph section. He'll sign the photo op picture and one other one.
The other thing is, Malcolm McDowell looked kind of pathetic. He had like 2 people in his line when he was down there.
Let me get you all dressed up.
Oh, Wicked Ren Fair. That was awesome.
in on this one. What's Wicked Ren Fair? I haven't heard of
It's definitely more adult-oriented. You know how you can go to a Ren Fair and there's a lot of inaccuracies and there's a lot of people wearing outfits that you're like, whoa. Well, pretty much take that small section of a Ren Fair and expand it and don't include anything else. That is a Wicked Ren Fair.
Isn't that great? Here, I'll give you one. I remember you. Just watching your interview, actually. Have you been to a Wicked event before? It's just lots of things that you don't expect to see sometimes. It's a lot of things you just kind of go, oh, all right, that's cool. How's the movie going?
This is the genius behind everything.
It's nice to talk to you. I'm afraid I'm running around a little bit, but thank you for coming by.
Thank you for letting me be part of this incredible thing. No, thank you.
Fine, you win.
Here comes trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought at first glance that you and I would travel in the same circles, but here you are. I've gone pro. Of course I have. At robertquill.com.
I see a whole page full of crap written all about me online for the world to see. This has got to be a big conspiracy. So I got a line in here that says my penis flows and I was born with a tail and I don't have a nose. Come on! Who writes this crap? They got what we call a mental gap. They throw my hands up in the air, shake my fist and scream and swear. Cause these are the wiki trolls and making up this crap is how they steal your soul. They'll screw it up until it just ain't right. So come on people, check out the side. 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 I remember the song Waffle.
You know, there was this one girl who was like really beating me up with this foam, like hitting hard. I'm like, yo, you gotta relax with that. And she was like, well, I've been in the SCA for the last, 15 years. I don't even know how to pull my strikes. It's like, I'm about to punch you in the face though. You hit me with that thing in the face again.
We have an expression, it's somewhat crude, but let's just say it's a dream we all have, that once you become very good at this and proficient with the sword, you are really martially trained. But your goal in life is to meet a mugger and you have a stick.
Somebody got killed over a sword. An in-game sword got somebody killed in real life.
Was that in New Jersey? A couple years ago, like 5 or 6 kids got really into Dungeons and Dragons, and they got all medieval armor on.
Yeah, I think that was in
slashing
Jersey.
each other up.
The biggest one I'm sure you've heard of is the kid in the steam tunnels. Okay.
Some people had allegedly, committed suicide because of Dungeons and Dragons and
whole
RPGs cause Satanism.
You know, the horribly inaccurate social expectations of the game, like, oh, let's sacrifice a kitten on a pentagram, like, that's not real at all.
But my mom's like, oh no, that's weird, you don't want to do that, that's evil, that's the devil. I'm like, really? Because I've been looking into it and that's not really what it says.
You know, it was a little taboo and no one knew what, you know, me and some of my friends were doing, you know, hanging out around a table.
I told my grandma when she came to visit, thinking that she would be cool, but then she told my mom threw out all my books and stuff. And then from that point, I kept it quiet, like radio silence quiet.
Wiccan, paganism, all these things that God really hates. And God does hate things, you know, God hates certain things. He says it in His Word. There's one way to heaven, and that's through Jesus Christ.
I don't know what they're protesting. Whatever it is, you won't need any religion for a week.
You know, some of them like dress up in armor and like literally go to war. Panzer War is absolutely insane. It's out of its mind.
We greet you and thank you. The skies are pleased and have given us a glorious day to meet.
Oh, this atmosphere.
Atmosphere. We've
Seeing
made
people.
many good friends.
Hi. Hello, how are you? Oh, good to see you.
We do have fun. Pennsic is unique. There's nothing else like this out there. It's a nice red belt. I want one. They are so slimming. It's beautiful.
And
lady.
Og is world famous in the SCA.
But I have been writing on alcohol for over 15 years. There's classes on belly dancing over there. You would do well in belly dancing.
Good.
Enjoy yourself.
Have a good war.
The legacy of the fury of Atlantia. We will meet the enemy, we will turn them back, and in our hearts, we will carry the image of all of your smiling faces, because it is this kingdom and the love that you have for each other that will drive our course.
I am a Knight of the Society of Creative Anarchisms, and as such, I am a steward of the society. There wasn't a whole lot of monetary or money thing. One of the things that they did pay in were spices, because spices were like money. It took a lot to get spices. So some spices for you for your time today.
Oh my God, you're stalking me.
Well,
It just never
well.
ends. I'm doing very well, actually.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
No, he's just sunburned.
No, I don't blush easy.
It's that entire...
But, this is the drawing. Right here.
And it did come out that well.
It came out just that well. And it had to be color, obviously.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's wonderful. I absolutely love it. Yeah, get 2 weeks of vacation from work, so here I am. I would rather be doing this than on the beach somewhere or something like that. So.
nervous. There are 3 what they call peerage groups in the SCA. These are the knightly or chivalry orders, mostly for fighters. The Pelican group, really the volunteers. And the 3rd is the Laurels group. That's your arts and crafts group, the people that make things, create things, design all these beautiful costumes that you see. And also for bards. Our singers and storytellers. And my wife is going to be elevated to that highest level, the laurel, as a bard, a singer, a poet, a storyteller.
I have never ever heard her utter a mean or nasty word about anyone. And you all know that is tough in this room.
For she has served as champion to the kings and queens of the East as a bard.
Pledge to be your loyal servant, to give you counsel and to keep your counsel, and to obey you to the best of my ability.
For Anna Rovaya de Guzman, newest mistress of the laurel. Vivas! Vivas! Vivas!
Joke basically about jocks versus geeks, and it goes down Michael Jordan, and it talks about how much money he makes and everything else, and it goes down how he makes money every second and every minute, and every time this happens, you know, he can play a round of golf and make $1 million. The conclusion is, even if he lived to be 100 and something or else, he still wouldn't have as much money as Bill Gates. Who wins? Geeks.
The last I heard, he had met a girl in Washington through Warcraft who had a 12-year-old child, and they were trying to get together. So we'll see how that works out for him.
Like, we're trying to be social.
Gamers are like onions. Onions have layers, gamers have layers.
Again, there are just some people who are just weird, that are just beyond weird.
Well, I'll put it this way. I was in my 30s before I found out that most people regard a threesome as the impossible dream.
Really? And that would look like...
I'm not a 7-foot tall cat man. I know you may find that hard to believe, but it's true.
What was... No! The Pensick Festival.
And that would be... Is that music?
And I remember like when I went on last call with Carson Daly, at the end of it, Carson Daly was like, you know, do you consider yourself a nerd? I was like, oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe like, oh, do you think I'm a nerd? And I saw his face like trying to come up with a tactful answer. Like he didn't want to say like yes.
No one gets pissed off when you spill a beer on a fiddle.
Is that true?
Yes.
Probably gonna be a lot of nerds. Nerd! I will strike you with my wand thing of power.
Video game, video game, video game. Hey,